problem of conflicts, to manage and resolving conflict. So at my part, I will try to describe and to define what is the conflict it is. Next. So, what is conflict? A conflict is about the natural disagreement. So, other than that, conflict, we can tell you, is about it could occur either individual or group. That means conflict could be happen to ourselves, to our people, to our nation. So that is conflict. So next. So this is the ingredients kata ini about the conflicts. So the ingredient is what I can tell from this slide. We got 5 from the ingredients, that is perception, feelings and emotion, value, power, and also needs. So I just want to try to describe about the not all of this 5. So I try to choose perception or maybe feelings and emotions. So what I can tell you about the perception is us. So what is I can tell you what we thinking or what we try to tell someone about what we know. So what I can tell you from my opinion that we cannot kita tak boleh mengharapkan orang. Sorry. Okay, kita tak boleh mengharapkan semua orang untuk menerima pandangan kita. So that is perception. So kita tak semua pandangan kita tu is orang kata betul. Tak semua pandangan kita pun salah. So what is the mean? When we tell you about this perception, so macam saya kata tadi lah, kita kena cuba memahami pandangan orang dan orang pun cuba untuk memahami pandangan kita selagi ia tak lari daripada landasan untuk perkara-perkara yang kita nak bincang. Contoh kata, we are talking about Hafiz, so we talking about Hafiz only. So kita be talking about Fatin Hanani. So that is the meaning of the perception. Sorry if I do wrong, correct me. So Sharin, next. So this is the conflict benefit. Conflict benefit. Okay. Apa yang kita lihat di sini apabila kita berbincang berkenaan konflik, banyak orang yang berkata konflik ini selalunya is negative, right? No, it also got the good or positive conflict. So what is the positive conflict is what we get from this presentation is and innovation. Okay, and then when the conflict, so apabila konflik itu berlaku, tak semestinya seseorang itu hanya akan mendapat negatif saja, kerana apabila berlaku satu konflik itu, it will drive you to the new ways of thinking. Berlaku satu konflik tu, berlaku satu perselisihan tu menyebabkan kita berfikir dengan lebih positif. Tak gitu ni pandangan saya lah. Okay, so and then yang last kali daripada konflik benefit ni, additional management option. So setakat ini we got another slide, but I will pass it to my friend Syaril, Mr. Syaril Muhammad. Sorry, miss.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jai. So from this presentation, we try to attempt not only the negative of conflict. We know there is many negative thinking of the conflict, negative result from conflict, but our group tried to thinking about positive try to positive. What is the benefit of conflict that was explained by Jai? There's growth and innovation in ways of thinking and additional management option. My part, I will explain the 5 steps of how to manage conflict, even in our public or private. Private is ourselves, in public, maybe in government, in NGO and others. Okay. This is managing of conflicts. There is 5 steps. We define in 5 steps. Firstly is analyze what is conflict, why conflict is emerged, and secondly is determine management strategy. And then we continue to pre-negotiation and negotiation, and lastly is post-negotiation. So actually this is the 5 steps of managing conflict that we get from the managing conflict of a guide how to managing conflict from this paper. Okay, analyze the conflict. Analyze the nature and type of conflict. So this is a mapping process actually. Mapping process. Mapping how we solve the problem if we don't know how the problem is exists. How we solve. If you see in the courts process, how's the judge taking decision making, they gain information from witness and from others information that will be support the information before he taking any decision to make decision actually. So gathering information regarding who's involved in the conflict is very important, because who is the actor, who's the main actor regarding the conflict is very important. And then next, understanding the conflict, reflecting on your ongoing and planned work, thinking about how your work contributes to the conflict, and the strategy. Okay, we stress on strategy. How strategy develop is firstly we analyze the conflict, we're thinking about the strategy, how to resolve, and then we come out with the decision making. Because of sometimes analyze conflict is not easy, because sometimes people or facilitator, they are wrong analysis, they will exacerbating conflict or make this conflict become worse. Okay, this is from International Institute for Sustainable Development. The analysis of the conflict. And next, conflict actually is become from many causes. It's not one causes. There is many causes become a conflict. For another reason, one person they have different idea, have different needs, and that's every conflict has many causes and become the conflict. And next is the 3 categories of causes. So we divide the causes is firstly is immediate catalysts and triggers. For example, is electoral fraud, policy assassination, new enforced discrimination of policies. So this regarding the public conflict. And secondly is pro-climate causes, specific situational circumstance. For example, is increasing insecurity on street, frequency of political arrest, capital flight. And thirdly is systemic causes, general underlying structural. For example, is economic disparity, historic operation, high military expenditure. Okay, I think this is, we should understand this is conflict occur in society, in our nation, even in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, we face these 3 categories of causes. Okay, after we analyzing, so we can choose or we can determine which management strategy to resolve this conflict, and it will explain by Fendi.
Okay, thank you, Zahir Budiman. Firstly, I will present about the determine management strategy. Firstly, analyze and select the most appropriate strategy. In analyze, we have know who group involved. Contohnya siapa yang terlibat dalam konflik tersebut. And what substance of conflict. Tentang apa konflik itu terjadi, bahan dia tentang apa. Contohnya banjir ke.
Itu status air.
And formulate
Kata-kata
strategi.
abu.
Cara untuk menyelesaikan sesuatu konflik.
Tak masuk ni.
Okay, conflict management strategy, we have 5
Dari sahabat kena hati
conflict management strategies. Collaborating, compromise, competition, accommodation, and avoidance. And collaboration, that's mean party try to handle the conflict without making concession by coming up a new way to resolve their different that leave them both better off. Contohnya dia bekerjasama untuk menangani masalah itu, yang kita panggil dia win-win situation.
Solution.
And compromise is party is concerned about their goal and accomplishment and is willing to engage in give and take exchange to reach a reasonable solutions. And setengah tu dia setengah tu dia menang atau setengah dia kalah. Dia panggil win some and loss some situations. And competition is party tries to maximize its own gain and has little interest in understanding the other positions. In dalam persaingan ni dia sama-sama untuk bersaing, and ada menang dan ada kalah. Okay, next the accommodation. One party simply give to into the other parties. Dia menyerahkan atau contohnya dia menarik diri lah daripada konflik itu. And avoidance, two party try to ignore the problem and do nothing to resolve the disagreements. Dua-dua dia mengelak daripada konflik itu dan tidak ambil tahu tentang konflik itu. And panggil loss-loss situation. Next. Ini contoh dia untuk table untuk memudahkan kita tahu tentang conflict management strategies. And I win, you win. Situation, win-win situation is collaboration. And I win, you loss. Dia mungkin compromise atau competition. I win, you loss. And I lost, you win. And lost, I lost, you win.
Satu kan? Satu. Video slow sweet. Balik.
I lost, you win, lost me. Okay?
And dia mungkin accommodation. And I lost, you lost. Avoidance. Sebab dia mengelak satu sama lain.
Ini.
Zahir Budiman akan sambal.
Okay, this is a conflict management strategies. So you win, I win, or you win, I lose. It's a mainstream of conflict management. Or this call is method how to deal with the conflict. So you want to win or you want to lose. it's we have preference to deal with the conflict. So sometimes we have to compromise, we have to collaboration. At the same time, we have to compete with the conflict. For example, the case of Sulu, Malaysian government tried to they have to compete with the we call penjara that try to take over Sulu. So they have to compete, they have to win. They don't want to lose. Next, after determine management strategy, we enter the pre-negotiation process, the third of managing conflict steps. Okay, effective negotiation, we have to clearly set the ground rule, or we have to set the structure, how to negotiate with the others group or others people. Okay, this is effective negotiation. Firstly is initiation, and then assessment, and then ground rules and agenda. Then we establish the organization and joint fact finding. Initiation and assessment means this is a negotiation approach and facilitator. When the initiation and assessment is too difficult to establish, we have to get with the facilitator. Facilitator is supporting our agreement, our negotiation regarding the result of the managing conflict. And then we have to collaborative cooperation. This is the mainstream of initiation and assessment. Ground rules and agenda is rules for communication of negotiation and how we make decision making. And organization is collaborative cooperation with different group, because conflict is involved because of, first we explain is the nature of people. We have different idea, we have different thinking, so how we come up with one idea. And lastly is joint fact finding. Sharing is caring. Sharing information regarding conflict issue, conflict cause, and strategy, how we resolve this conflict. Next is negotiation step, resolving conflict by Ginny Graham Scott. Firstly, we have to search the option. If we stop, we don't have any idea, we have to thinking outside box. This is option. We miss the option is try to thinking outside box. You try to search, you have to find, you have to engage with the other groups to engage their opinion. And interest. Who's the interest of this conflict? You have to negotiate, you have to discuss what they want to do with this conflict, what they are actually their needs. And commitment. This commitment is between interest people and the negotiator. And then writing agreement. Writing agreement is the decision-making process of the end of conflict. And lastly is evaluation. So evaluation pre-conflict and past conflict. In evaluation is ex-post conflict. Is very important to arrange the problem from the first and the solution in the end. This is the lastly is post negotiation step. Has two: ratification, review of organization procedure, and implementation, communication, and collaboration as the agreement. So besides that, post negotiation step before we managing conflict or resolve the conflict is we have to negotiation skill. It's not very easy. I think in your life you already find problem about conflict in private in your life, and how you deal with this is negotiation skill. How to you negotiate with your friend to resolve the problem, And at the workplace, maybe you know how to negotiate, to resolve the conflict in the workplace. It's very important. Separate people from the problem. So you avoid the people from the problem. Problem is, if we focus only the problem and we get with the people, sometimes people have very different idea, but we have to separate this. Interest versus position. We have to choose interest or position. Focus on interest, not position. So the interest is the idea, the last idea of how we solve the problem. Develop optional solution is option of thinking outside box, and then develop objective criteria how to resolve the conflict. Okay, this is our presentation about the managing conflicts. Thank you for your attention. Any comments and critics to develop this presentation and our paper? Thank you very much.